It's 10:47 p.m., and the house is quiet. You're finally in bed, ready to close your eyes. Just before you drift off, you pick up your phone. You check your messages, wanting to disconnect, but can't. One message catches your eye. Just one headline, stirring your curiosity. And then one short video plays that draws you in. And then suddenly, it's midnight. Your eyes are tired, but your brain? Wide awake. If this sounds familiar and you're over 40, you're not alone. As a board-certified physician, I hear this story every week. People say, "Doc, I'm exhausted, but I just can't fall asleep like I used to." Tonight, we're going to talk about blue light screens and sleep after 40, and what science actually shows, what we don't fully know yet, and how small, realistic changes may meaningfully support better sleep over time. No hype, no fear, just evidence explained simply. Let's begin with what actually changes in the brain as we age. Sleep is not a single switch. It's more like an orchestra, with hormones, brain centers, and light signals all playing together. After about age 40, several normal biological shifts occur. We spend less time in deep sleep. Our internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, becomes more sensitive to disruption. And one hormone in particular starts to decline. That hormone is melatonin. Melatonin doesn't knock you out like a sleeping pill. It's more like a dimmer switch. It tells the brain, night has arrived, slow things down. With aging, melatonin is released earlier in smaller amounts and is easier to suppress. That matters because modern life is full of artificial light. You know, light comes in different colors or wavelengths. Blue light has a short wavelength and high energy. During the day, blue light is helpful. Sunlight keeps us alert, focused, and awake. But at night, blue light sends the wrong message. Inside the eye are special cells, not for vision, but for timing. They tell the brain what time of day it is. When these cells see blue light at night, they signal the brain. It's still daytime. The brain responds by suppressing melatonin. This mechanism is well described in laboratory and human studies, including work published through the National Institutes of Health and peer-reviewed sleep journals. Now, here's where age matters. As we get older, our brains become less resilient to circadian disruption. In other words, what you could tolerate at 25 may affect you much more at 45 or 65. Now let's take a closer look at how screens directly interfere with melatonin production. Controlled studies have shown that exposure to light-emitting screens in the evening can delay melatonin release, increase time to fall asleep, and reduce next-day alertness. One frequently cited study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences demonstrated that evening light exposure suppressed melatonin and shifted circadian timing. And this isn't just one isolated finding. Multiple studies from NIH-funded sleep laboratories show the exact same pattern. At this point, you can probably see why controlling your light exposure in the hours before bed isn't optional. It's essential for healthy sleep. And for those of you who like to verify the science for yourselves, I've placed all the peer-reviewed references down in the description. But as physicians, we must be careful. Most studies are short-term. Many involve younger adults, and real life is more complex than a lab study. So it's important to say this clearly. Blue light is not the only reason sleep worsens after 40. Stress, medications, pain, sleep apnea, menopause, alcohol, and mental health all play major roles. Screens are one piece of a much larger puzzle. Still, when a factor is modifiable and supported by biology, it's worth understanding. Here's something people often miss. It's not just the light, it's the content. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a threat on a screen and a threat in real life. Guess what? Emails, breaking news, arguments on social media, they all activate the stress response system. When you engage in these activities prior to bed, heart rate increases, cortisol rises, the brain shifts into problem-solving mode. So even if blue light were magically removed, stimulating content alone can delay sleep. This is especially relevant as we age, when stress recovery slows. So the real question becomes, what evidence-based strategies can actually counter these sleep changes as we age? This is where I want to empower, not prescribe. These are general, evidence-informed strategies, not individualized medical advice. First, think in terms of wind-down signals, not perfection. Dimming household lights 60 to 90 minutes before bed matters more than total screen avoidance. If screens are used, reducing brightness and enabling night shift or warm tone settings may modestly reduce melatonin suppression. Though studies show they don't eliminate it completely, here are some other practical tips you need to know. Distance matters. A phone held inches from the face delivers more light than a TV across the room. Think about that. And timing matters too. What you do in the last 30 minutes before sleep has a disproportionate effect. Listen to this. Non-screen wind-down routines, reading paper books, light stretching, calm music, all help the brain transition in favor of sleep. And perhaps most importantly, consistency. The brain loves patterns. Going to bed and waking up at similar times, even on weekends, anchors the circadian rhythm more powerfully than any single trick. If sleep struggles persist, that's a sign to talk with your healthcare professional and not to self-diagnose. As physicians, we must also acknowledge uncertainty. We don't yet know the long-term impact of decades of nightly screen exposure. We don't have perfect data for older adults with chronic conditions, and we don't know why some people are more sensitive than others. Science evolves, recommendations adapt, but biology gives us a useful compass, and right now, it points toward respecting darkness. Sleep after 40 is not broken, it's just different. And small, thoughtful adjustments, repeated consistently, can shape your long-term health trajectory. Here's your simple challenge. For 1 week, track what time you stop screen use, what time you fall asleep, and how you feel in the morning. No judgment, just awareness. Then, share what you noticed in the comments. Your experience may help someone else. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more physician-led, evidence-based conversations about sleep, aging, and long-term health. And remember, this video is educational, not personal medical advice. Always discuss sleep concerns with your own healthcare provider. Sleep is not a luxury, it's preventive medicine. Good night, and I'll see you next time.